Last week on Pokemon Cooked League, the Jake Gambits made a sucker out of the Get Turnt Turnators with his King Gambit, while the goofy Genesects could not handle the classy Quartz power of Friendship Melwetta. Can the Jake Gambits weather a second storm, this time being the goofy Genesects? Welcome to the goofy Genesects versus the Jake Gambits. When I'm looking at these mons, I think on the Jake Gambit side, Galarian Weezing is in a very, very powerful spot. One, it can turn off rain, which destroys a lot of the synergy, like the obviously Swift Swim, and just the lessening damage of fire type attacks, which the Goofy Genesect really appreciates with Genesect Cortana. It's not only that, that's what even my first thought. My real thought was that because it is a very physically bulky mon, and none of these mons look like they can immediately threaten with super effective damage, and then you can use that opportunity to tank hits with it and start mashing Will-O-Wisp on things like the Cortana, the Barraskewda, maybe even the Genesect if it is running physical coverage, because Genesect is very much can either be physical or special because of its download ability, its high attack and special attack. And it also gets fire coverage, like it gets Fire Blast. It maybe not, I'm pretty sure it's Fire Blast. So that can threaten to do big damage to the Cortana and the Genesect. We have two Intimidate users and Fake Out users, which can definitely be very awkward. Especially if like I'm on like the Barraskewda, which usually wants to be choice banded. Makes it so that makes that more risky. And yeah, on the other side, I do think the Wattrel can be a potentially powerful mon here. Nothing easily threatens to kill a Wattrel, and it is special damage, which can definitely play a pretty big part here. Especially because of competitive as its ability here. With the multiple Intimidate users, this Kilowattrel can start putting out really, really strong Thunderbolts that can which may threaten to one-shot a decent amount of these mons. Kilowattrel hits pretty hard. So that's definitely something to worry about. And I would be pretty confident in leading it here with the competitive ability just to try to avoid a potential Intimidate leads. And I wouldn't be surprised if that would be something you forget about, because Kilowattrel, I usually think about its Volta Absorb ability, at least because of Gen 9 single random battles, but definitely come into play here. And what would I want to lead with a Kilowattrel? I don't know, something that can hit. I don't really care, honestly. I think Kilowattrel plus anything I can really justify, except like something that real like Barraskewda or something. I think that would be kind of silly. But with the Galar, I very much like reading the Galarian Weezing. I was a little bit hesitant on doing that. But now that I realize that the Kilowattrel competitive can actually start running away with the game, I feel like you kind of have to. At least if you want to run either Incineroar or Scrafty with it. So let's get this started. Yep, and there's a competitive boost immediately, which is why I was worried about not leading. I was reading Intimidate user without the Weezing here, and now this stupid bird can threaten to click Thunderbolts that are devastating to basically every single member of this team except Regieleki. But the thing with Regieleki, it's not a bulky Pokemon where like it's still probably getting two-shot by a Thunderbolt here. So I think this is a lead that is very much in favor of the Goofy Genesect, just because you have a mon that basically started out with a free Nasty Plot boost, and that unless this Regieleki has a way to help deal with Kilowattrel, but I doubt it, because like Terra Blast is banned and it doesn't even get Hidden Power because Hidden Power is moved in Gen 8. Not really sure what you can even do here. You could send in Weezing Galar, but like that doesn't really change anything here, as the damage has already been done with competitive. Like, it doesn't really, like, do much. You just kind of have to just kill this thing somehow. Alright, I realize I need to hit play just in case that this, like, Politoed was a jetpack. So this is very much a... I kind of want to just double protect this turn just to stall out, just to stall fake out here. I don't think, like, any, like, hard switching really worries me that much. Like Scrafty doesn't really help. It gets Hurricane. Scissor gets +2 Thunderbolted. And Gambit gets +2 Thunderbolted. I think this is I don't care if he switches. I'm gonna double protect here. I don't want to take chip on my Mons. And it is okay. Well, we don't have to protect if we are Covert Cloak, and that Weather Bolt just... Well, I didn't know the sea thing even got Weather Ball, but that a +2 Weather Ball is definitely going to destroy the Incineroar here, and that is an absolute disaster at the start for the Jake Gambits here. That's really, really bad. And like, what is again this Regieleki? Like, okay, the Regieleki can, because there's a Volt Absorb, you can just mash Thunder. You can just try to like eliminate with like a Thunderbolt here, and honestly. Yeah, and I think that's what you have to do. Like, maybe you can, like, KO with, like, Bullet Punch Thunderbolt if you're, like... I don't know how strong Thunderbolt does to a neutral Killatrol. I mean, maybe you're Thunder because you're okay... You decide that you're okay with it getting the rain. And also because Regieleki just doesn't really have much coverage moves. So, like, running, like, a niche move that isn't doing much a lot of the time isn't that end of the world. Incineroar goes down here. And here is the King Gambit. Definitely not a mon that you like are happy sending out early here. Definitely because we are Supreme Overload instead of Deviant this time, so it would be something you would prefer to have in the back, but definitely probably has a feeling that like I need to get rid of this Killatrol, and I need to do as quickly as humanly possible. Which is thinking like maybe I need to double it with like try to Sucker Punch T-Bolt this. And what do you even do? And what's the best way to deal with like Sucker Punch T-Bolt? Probably like protect Killatrol, try to Weather Ball. Try to Weather Ball / actually just Scald the King Gambit. Definitely a risk because if because you did just protect with the Politoed, so it is kind of like inviting to get mashed attacks on. But like, man, this Killatrol is so scary that like, I don't know. It's definitely a very, very bad spot very quickly if you guess this wrong on trying to kill the Killatrol. And we just, oh my gosh. And this is the Jake Gambit just not being scared of, and just making a call out on the Killatrol about the passive nature of it. And just going for a hard sword stance when a +2 Thunderbolt might have just KO'd it. That's definitely a ballsy move here. But you definitely setting yourself in a spot where a +2 Sucker Punch, I would imagine, would KO the Killatrol, but again, you have to get the call right. You know, if the Killatrol can't protect again, so at least you have that insurance. So you have to play the game of like, if he presses an attack, you Sucker Punch, and if he switches out, which is I'm guessing what he does because we've seen protect Weather Ball, and a guaranteed electric type move, and like maybe Hurricane, and then if you switch out, you can like click like a knockoff into something, and like a +2 knockoff with a Slate Supreme Overload boost probably threatens to KO basically almost anything here. Maybe the Kartana lives it, but it's doesn't happy with it. And I just don't know how much this Regieleki Thunderbolt does to Killatrol here. Yeah, so this is definitely a big call out here because this could actually just be for a game, and we get the Sucker Punch call correctly. And this is going to be a Thunderbolt, and the Politoed goes down. That is a huge 2 turns that the Jake Gambits have just crawled up out of, which I would argue to be nothing short of a disaster of a start, where he gave the kill watch roll a free +2 special attack boost and got hit by Cobra Cloak Weather Ball, KOing into Incineroar, one of his best ways to deal with something like the Cortana or the Genesect, and being with the fire type damage plus the ability to intimidate them. But all of a sudden he's up 5-4. The Barraskewda in the rain will Swift Swim will be faster than Regieleki here, so that's just definitely something to think about. And basically everything's to be faster to King Gambit here. I can admit. Alright, so we sent out both the Genesect and the Gengar here. It's a little bit surprising not seeing. I mean, I guess it makes sense because like Barraskewda, you're playing the Sucker Punch mind games again, and like a +2 Sucker Punch will definitely KO Barraskewda. That one's pretty frail. A Gengar, Gengar does technically have Will-O-Wisp, but I don't think that's what that is. I think this, I'd be very surprised. The Dark and Poison type attacks just are not in a good spot for the in-game at all. Gengar does definitely have a lot of other moves that it could take advantage of on the Kingambit, like a potential Focus Blast. It can have like, has like Disable Encore, so like you could disable Sucker Punch or something like that if you really, something like that. So I wouldn't be surprised. I've seen weird stuff being brought by the not stereotypical stuff that you would see by the Goofy Genesect. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see another one here, because I just, like, offensively, like, Gengar just doesn't do anything against this team. It has to be for support, I can only imagine. And there's some that support that I was referring to with the Encore. Definitely another awkward spot here where the Encoring a Protect, so you can just Encore the Protect again. But here's the deal. You can click Sucker Punch into something here, into the Genesect, and then you can try to Sucker Punch into the Genesect. And what that does is that if the Genesect attacks, you get the +2 Sucker Punch off, and probably just flat out KO it. The thing is, the Genesect can also protect it, then you click Encore again onto the King Gambit, and then all of a sudden your King Gambit has been doing nothing. So I would want to see a protect from the, protect from the Genesect and another Encore into the King Gambit here. I think that's a fairly safe play to make, because it also prevents you could scout for something like a Fire Blast or like a Will-O-Wisp or something on like using. So I think there's a lot of merit of doing that. Extreme Speed. I did not know this got Extreme Speed. So this is, I'm not gonna say better here. This may honestly be worse, because now you're leaving yourself open to a. Okay, we're flamethrowing the Gengar, which is not gonna do a lot here. Does barely anything. And the flamethrower gets disabled. That's really annoying here. This gets Extreme Speed? That's so stupid. So this is very, very awkward here. I wouldn't be surprised if the Gengar also has Disable on it. And it only has like one attacking move. But because of the Extreme Speed here, you can't be Sucker Punching the Genesect at all. So now you have to make the decision of like, do I just switch this King Gambit out? Or do I just like start Sucker Punching to a different slot here? I mean, you can try to Sucker Punch into the Genesect again, predicting a different attack. But like, how much use does that have really? Like, It definitely has use because if you think the Genesect is going to go for... Oh, the fact that the Wheezing just got it disabled is so bad for you because now you're not even that scared of like the Wheezing just like stay on the field. And I just realized this is a Misty Surge and not... It's Mystery Surge and not Neutralizing Gas. Huh. I'm trying to think what Misty Surge does. Like, what I'm trying to remember what Misty Surge does besides, preventing, weakening Dragon-type moves. I honestly don't remember.
What the fuck are you doing?
It appears that, neither does the Jake Gambit. Neither does any side know what the Misty Terrain does, because I don't, to be fair, I didn't know what it does either, but it seems to does it just protect from status conditions in general? But yeah, that's alright, that was kind of embarrassing to watch. Both tried to Will-O-Wisp here, which would normally be a good call, but your own Mystery Terrain biting you in the butt. I mean, also prevent the King Gambit from getting like Will-O-Wisp, but like I'd say Will-O-Wisping the Genesect was definitely more important here. And we're just trying to do this again. We're encoring the Will-O-Wisp, and you're locked out. I don't see how you win this game at this point, as you could just keep on clicking, as you can click Encore onto the King Gambit once. Yeah, it's the last turn. You still has another turn of Encore, so you can just like Encore lock out of this Encore lock and mash Extreme Speed until the game's over. You have 2.5 times attack, and Extreme Speed's not a weak move at all. And we're just going for another one. I don't know if that was required. I feel like I think we're in a situation where you can start clicking Extreme Speed now, but what do I know? Oh my goodness. The Focus Blast does miss. It is like, I don't even think that matters, honestly, because again, you can just Encore this again. You could just protect Encore. Well, you can just Extreme Speed Encore, because Extreme Speed is high priority. Like, what really even happens at this point? Did he accidentally bring the wrong ability? Is that what happened? That sounds like something that would happen here, because I don't see how Mr. Terrain is helpful for you. Alright, well, we're clear Amulet, so we don't even get that going for us. Alright. I just don't see how you can come. Okay, we're not protecting here. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. We're just mash Extreme Speed. Oh my, this is. And now we awkward the. Okay. This is tough to watch, man. I hate fairies. Damn. And like there's like no terror, so like it's like, what do you even like do here? I don't know what this Genesect Terror type is, but I'm kind of surprised it hasn't clicked Terror Normal, start to Extreme Speed it, just so it gets a bit more damage out. But yeah, this was this might have just been a case where like a wrong ability just literally just happened. Oh man, Genesect is such a threat with the ability to what's it called? With the ability to basically having so much coverage and being able to be physical or special attacker, it really makes it a hard mon to prepare for. And yeah, that's gonna do it. I don't know if it was the wrong. I guess I could figure out in a few minutes because I'll ask Jake, but I'm not gonna. Maybe whatever. That was just. If that was the wrong ability, that's highly unfortunate, but isn't Misty Search is Misty Search the hidden ability? Like, I don't think the default's Misty Search. Like, did he actively pick that? But I don't know. That's gonna do for me. I'll see you guys next time.